Okay, we're going to talk about small houses today. Why do we like small houses? They are warm, they're quiet, they're a nice scale, they're homey, they're relaxing. But probably more than anything, the reason we like small houses is because they're comfortable. They create a real sense of home. And I think that's probably one of the most important things. It's hard to argue with this image that's on the slide. Who doesn't love Thanksgiving dinner? Small setting, very intimate, very social. It'd be wonderful if every day was a Thanksgiving dinner. Unfortunately, many of our retirement communities have dining settings that look more like this. Lots of people in a big room, it just doesn't feel like home at all. This is what we're looking to try to create. We're looking for an environment that has a very small scale to it. It's beautifully appointed. I mean, it is home. It's got that great room feel of a living room, dining room, kitchen that all work off of one space. The nice thing about small houses is that they are universal. They work for skilled care, they work for short-term rehab, they work for hospice, they work for memory care, and they even work for assisted living, which we don't see that often. Here's an example of one of the original small houses or greenhouses. This happens to be the one down in Tupelo, Mississippi. It's the original greenhouse, 10 rooms, focused around a common area with a living, dining kitchen. Very good concept that kind of started maybe the trend of small houses. But one of the things is that doesn't give you a lot of privacy. Here's another example of a small house also for greenhouse where we really start to think about the greenhouse in a different way. It's still 10 beds, but the difference is we start to separate the service from the public zone from the private zone. So there really is a sense of privacy when you go to your bedroom, just like you would get in your own house. You don't come out of your bedroom and kind of fall into the living room. The nice thing about small houses also is they're very open plans. That great room concept where from any point, the kitchen or a staff office, you get great visibility. Because it's a house, we get daylight and sunlight coming in from all sides, which gives us a great view to the outside. We always like to try to make sure we have 2 exposures to daylight. So as the sun tracks, we don't have that issue of sundowning happening with residents. Typically, we're looking at private rooms. Those private rooms are beautifully appointed. They typically have a bay window, maybe with a window seat, view into a bathroom, and view also to some of the built-ins and the TV, which works out very, very well. A lot of privacy within that. One of the concerns with small houses is that it's a small group of people that are living in one house. Your world is pretty much the staff, family, and those people that live there. Maybe we can start to group small houses together so there's more of a common courtyard where really it's not just 10 people, it's 4 houses of 10 that work off a small house. I mentioned that we're also seeing small houses that are in assisted living. We didn't see this years ago. This happens to be 2 small houses of 10 with a shared core. What that means is we're not building a kitchen and a service area for every single house. Here's an example of a small house that's memory care assisted living. One of the nice things about these small house plans is it has kind of a natural built-in loop within the plan, which works out very good for memory care. Also strong connections to not just one garden, but perhaps 2 gardens, one on each side, so it depends on where the sun is tracking. And again, one of the beauties of the small house concept is they certainly do feel like a home. When we look at the inside, the way they translate into the inside spaces, again, there's your living room, dining room, Thanksgiving dining room table. The kitchens, which can be shared, are very participatory. You can imagine cooking events taking place in this kitchen. Is a place that I would love to be. And then that great room concept where we get the great room, the dining room off to the right, and then the kitchen just beyond. So it really does take on that home-like quality. We mentioned universal aspects of the small house. Here's an example where not only do we have memory care on the bottom side, but we also have skilled care. And again, they're sharing a service core. So you're only building that for once for the 2 households. This case, the view into the small house is very good because there's no walls. One more example before we complete here of just what another small house might look like. The idea of a shared common area, again, between 2 10-bed neighborhoods, and the ability to basically make this small house be one 10-bed small house or open it up so it really becomes a bigger household of 20. And we can do that through movable walls that have a direct relationship to the garden. Those gardens are really important, and again, because this is a house, it's a 1-story building, having those really secure connections to the gardens make a lot of sense, and they're easy to do. The beauty of small houses, no matter where you're building them, you can build them to the local vernacular, whether it's New England or maybe Pennsylvania where it might be more arts and crafts, whether it be down in Georgia or North Carolina, you can really tailor the style because it's basically a house. Small house is about big ideas. They're universal. They really promote a lot of privacy. They have lots of opportunities for daylight. They create a very social environment, and more than anything, they create comfort, which is what we're really all looking for. Thank you very much, and that's today. We're done.